Corduroy Takes a Bow. I haven't showed this book to the kids yet. I've got Karina and Jeremiah with me today, but look, I love the corduroy stories. In fact, when my daughter was little, she memorized the entire corduroy book before the age of 2. And then I saw the new Corduroy Gets a Button book or something like that. And I was so excited to find a brand new corduroy book, Corduroy Takes a Bow. Shall we read it together? Oh, and it's written by Viola Davis, but based on the characters created by Don Freeman. Corduroy Takes a Bow. Oh. It was just starting to snow when Lisa and her mother got off the bus in front of the theater. Lisa held Corduroy tight as they walked up the steps. She had never been to a big theater like this before, and neither had Corduroy. They had come to see a performance of Mother Goose Rhymes. Do you know who Mother Goose Rhymes is?
No.
Kids don't know so much as they did in my day. In the lobby, people were picking up tickets. Ushers handed out programs. A brass chandelier hung from the ceiling that was painted with clouds. Look up here. And this is a chandelier. That's a fancy light. Suddenly, the lights flickered on and off. That means the play will start in a few minutes. We should find our seats, said Lisa's mother. Lisa held her mother's hand a little tighter and held Corduroy a little closer. The ushers took their tickets and showed them where to sit. These seats are so soft, said Lisa. She put Corduroy on her lap and looked through the program. Right before the play started, a very tall man sat down right in front of Lisa. Mommy, Lisa whispered to her mother, I can't see. Here, dear, said her mother. We will fold our coats together and you can sit on top of them. When Lisa stood up to sit on the coats, the orchestra started to play, and she forgot all about Corduroy. Where did Corduroy go? Do you see Corduroy?
He fell.
He did. He slipped off her lap and fell underneath the seats in front of them. Now I can't see anything, said Corduroy. Maybe if I get closer to the music, I can see the stage. So he peeked down the aisle and saw some stairs. Uh-oh. The stairs are going to the stage. Oh, no. Well, when Corduroy got to the top step, the big red curtain went up and up and up. Corduroy was so startled that he lost his balance and tumbled right into the orchestra pit. He looked around at all the musicians and thought, now this is a good spot to hear the music, but I can't see the stage at all. What do you think Corduroy's going to do? At the back of the orchestra, there was a tall set of drums. Now, maybe if I sat up there, I'd have a better view, he thought. Very quietly, he crawled through the orchestra pit, past the feet, between the instrument cases and around the music stands, heading towards the drums. Now, how did you get here, little fellow? The drummer whispered to Corduroy. You must be a prop from the play. Someone's going to look for you. He put Corduroy on the ledge behind the drums. There was a chair off to one side behind the curtain. I could see better from there, said Corduroy, but before he got to the chair, a stage man tripped him. Sorry, Bear, said the stagehand. He put Corduroy on the table with all the little props. These are all props they're going to use on that Mother Goose play. Now, the table was hard, not soft like Lisa's seat in the theater. Backstage was very busy. Actors were coming and going, changing costumes and getting their props. One actor almost grabbed Corduroy. I should find a safer spot, he decided, so he hid between the costumes. Now this is safe, he thought. Whoops, I'm not going to see anything. Good old Corduroy's always got ideas, doesn't he? there was a tree with a basket in its branches in the wing off to one side of the stage. I'll be able to see from there, Corduroy thought, and he climbed right up that tree and put himself in the basket. Well, thought Corduroy, this is more like it. I'm not too high. I'm not too low. This is just right. So he settled in and he watched the Mother Goose performance. I love the theater, thought Corduroy. After a number of different scenes, the stage manager called out, "Final scene, everyone. Take your places." Stagehands quickly moved new scenery onto the stage while the actors got new positions. Suddenly, Corduroy's tree began moving right there on the stage, and then it started to grow. Up, up, up went the tree, the basket, and Corduroy. "This is a very tall tree," said Corduroy as he looked down at the stage far below. That tall tree made him think of the tall man who sat in front of Lisa, and Corduroy wondered, how will I ever get back to Lisa if I'm on top of this tree? On the stage, Mother Goose started to sing. Rock-a-bye, baby. Sing with me. Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When they said that off stage, a fan blew air into the branches of the tree, and that cradle began to rock. Back and forth, up and down, back and forth, all over. Corduroy started to get dizzy. He held onto the sides of the cradle, but it was rocking faster and faster and faster. And suddenly, as Mother Goose sang, when the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Crack. It did break, and down will come baby, cradle and all. And down, down, down came Corduroy, cradle and all. I don't think he was counting on that when he climbed in there, was he? Before Corduroy knew what was happening, Mother Goose scooped him up for a curtain call. The audience clapped. They clapped and the actors all took bows. Well, Corduroy bowed too. He was kind of part of the play, wasn't he? After the curtain call, the cast took Corduroy backstage and everyone said, "Who does this bear belong to?" The usher brought Lisa backstage. "Corduroy, there you are," said Lisa. "How did you get on stage?" "Well, I couldn't see and I wanted to get a little closer," said Corduroy. "Oh, Corduroy," said Lisa, "you certainly did get closer." The very next day, Lisa made a theater just for Corduroy to play in, and from his chair, he could see everything and was in a nice, safe spot. Oh, I guess that's the last page, because there is Lisa reading Corduroy a book. Have either one of you ever been on the stage before? You both been on stage? Did you like it? Did you take a bow? I hope you all get a chance to go on stage, just like Karina and Jeremiah. Bye-bye, I love you.